Brought to you by Become an Instagram Ma, offering online tutoring for senior citizens. Click the link in the description to learn more. Elisa Hofeld asks, how should someone network? Is there a correct way? So the first thing is there are several ways of networking, and the only real rule is to not make it feel like networking. No one likes feeling like they're networking, and no one likes being on the receiving end feeling like they are being networked at. So what you want to do instead is try to make a genuine connection with whoever you're talking to. Very good first question. Where can you actually network? And you can network in so many places. Classes are the easiest place to start. Yes, you have to pay to get in, but you have repeated exposures to a group of people. You also have a bunch of people with shared interests. You also may have a teacher who's very well connected in the industry and may be able to say, oh, you want to do this? You should talk to my friend Bob over here, or something like that. If you're really lucky, your teacher will say, hey, I am doing something and I would like to hire you. Seminars are less of a time commitment, but you lose out on those repeated exposures. With seminars, once again, you're meeting people with similar interests, and whoever is leading the seminar is a little more likely to have other projects and things going on that you might be able to get connected with. They won't have a chance to really get to know you though, so you are going to have to follow up with those people and try to stay in their periphery. When most people think about networking, immediately they go to job fairs, career fairs, networking events, and other events that are billed in a similar fashion. The problem is that a lot of people expect to find someone who can hire them on the spot. What they don't realize is that a lot of people at these events are also looking for work. You should definitely go to those events, but you should go with more of the mindset that maybe we won't be able to help each other now, but maybe I can make a friend, and maybe a couple months from now I'll help with a little thing, or a couple years from now they'll help me with something. There are certain Hollywood parties that seem very daunting to get into. How do you get into them? Well, once you actually know what email lists to subscribe to or what Instagrams to follow, it's actually not that hard to find out about these parties and even get in. A lot of them are free, and a lot more of them are very reasonably priced. Oftentimes they cost about $20 for... Oftentimes tickets cost about $20. Personally, I don't like a lot of these bars and clubs because they're really loud and really dark, but one good thing is that if you have to pay for a ticket, that usually implies you have disposable income, which means that the people there might be in a position to hire you. So let's talk about our first catch-22. You can meet people at your friends' parties. It's a bit of a catch-22 because you have to have friends in the industry who throw parties and invite other people in the industry who can become your friends. Once you're in, though, it's really great because everyone's in a pretty relaxed mood. Everyone's just there to have a good time. And because it's usually your friend's house or whatever, it's very low-key. The other catch-22 on our list is meeting people through work. You need the job so you can meet the people who can give you the job where you can meet the people. But once again, you're meeting a lot of people who have a very similar interest of getting this job done. Everyone has a project to work on together, so you don't have to try to figure out what to talk to people about. You probably already have something to discuss. Yeah, sometimes you're going to work for a single day and then never see these people again, but sometimes you're going to see these people every day for a couple of weeks, so you have these repeated exposures as well. So let's talk about meeting people at bars, clubs, gyms, basically anywhere that isn't entertainment specific. One really awesome thing is that when you meet people in a non-entertainment space, you can connect with them on a more genuine level. You're not talking to them about work, you're talking to them about the latest book they've been reading because you're in book club together, or you're talking to them about surfing because you're both surfing. The only downside to meeting people this way is that it can be very random. There is no spreadsheet that says which book clubs have a high percentage of network television writers. Still, that should not deter you from joining one of these groups. If you really enjoy reading or surfing or whatever else, you should just go there because you enjoy the atmosphere. Now, our final space to network has the lowest barrier to entry. Online. Yes, you lose out on the in-person connection, but if you're in a state of global pandemic, that might not be an issue. You might be doing that anyway. Still, online is great because Low barrier to entry, you can meet a lot of people. You are in charge of your repeated exposures. If someone posts something, it's really easy to reply and agree with them or just say that you like what they're posting. And there are plenty of people on Instagram who you can follow, and there are plenty of Facebook groups that you can just join. The only thing you have to remember is that whatever you post online will be there forever. I really hope that does not come back to bite me. So let's pretend you decide to physically go to an event and network with people. One of the pros of going there alone is that you're more likely to make connections. People see that you're alone and you're approachable because you're not part of a group. You're just kind of there alone. And so they are more likely to come to you if you are that person. Alternatively, if you see someone who is alone, you can go up to them and start a conversation. One of the pros of going to a networking event with a friend or two is that if you're really nervous, your buddy can make you feel a little more comfortable. You're not there alone. If you decide to physically go to a networking event, here are a couple easy conversation starters. How do you know whoever threw the party together? Or, how did you find out about this event? Really easy, basic question. Everyone has an answer to it. Are you originally from Los Angeles, or did you grow up somewhere else? Now, I did phrase that question a very specific way. A lot of people hear, where are you from? And they think they're going to ask me where I'm really from. LA specific version is, where did you drive from? What part of town do you live in? Yeah, because we love talking about traffic and stuff. This conversation is a little easier for women than for men to pull off, but you can look at someone and give them a compliment based off of their personal style, like, I like your hat, or, oh, those shoes are really great, where did they come from? That usually gets people to open up. Now, at some point, you're going to have to leave the party, and there are two ways of doing this. The first way, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with, is to just quietly walk out and go home, which is great if you just need to leave for some reason. The other way, which is better for connecting with people again, is to go up to everyone you had a meaningful conversation with and say, hey, I have to leave, but it was great talking with you. This gives you a chance to exchange contact information because you can say, hey, it was really great connecting with you. I would like to take this conversation online. Do you have a business card? Do you have an Instagram? Let's trade information. You should also make a point of thanking your host for putting the event together. They went through a lot of work. It's really nice being appreciated for what you do. And once again, it gives you an opportunity to trade information with someone. This method, of course, takes a lot longer, especially because sometimes you only plan on spending 2 more minutes doing this, but then someone says, but wait, I want to talk to you about whatever before you go. And then it takes 45 minutes to do what really should only take 3 minutes. But you're networking. Also, your host might appreciate you going around saying goodbye to everybody because it may plant the seed that they should all be leaving too, and then the host can clean up and go to bed. Finally, once you are done networking at the event, you can go home and you can add everyone online if you haven't already done so, or you can find people or whatever, and once again you have another chance to add them and say, hey, it was really great meeting you at so-and-so's party. I would like to talk to you some more about whatever. Thanks so much. I will see you around Instagram or whatever platform it happens to be. Worst case scenario, you can just send a very quick, very simple, hey, thank you so much for throwing this party together, or hey, it was great meeting you at this party. Hope to keep in touch. No one is going to be offended by a quick, simple thank you, and it's another opportunity for these people to see your name. Some people will start a spreadsheet based off of the networking event they went to, so they may have like the name of a person, the networking event they met at, or whatever it was. They might have a final column of just notes about the person, like their hobbies, their interests, what they're hoping to do with their lives, whatever. After you've sent out all of your thank you notes, after you've contacted everyone online just to say, hey, it was super great meeting you at this event, I would like to keep in touch, you can continue to keep in touch with these people through your online presence. Finally, you can do what I do. Every so often, I get really bored and I have a lot of time, so I just start messaging people I haven't spoken to in several months, just to see what's going on. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons so that you can keep up with my updates. Follow me on social media, leave a comment, ask questions, and I will see you all next time.